Welcome again, guys, to this channel. I go by the name D the Analysis, and of course, so today's analysis is taking us all the way from where we are, of course, to Africa, one of the continent in the world. Now, when one mentioned to you Africa, or when you heard the term Africa, what basically or necessarily should come to your mind? Now, Africa is the second most largest popular continent in Africa, with a population of about 1.542 billion people. Now, Africa is well known because of its beautiful nature as well. Ironically, today's analysis is taking us back where we have to know there's a group which is uprising in Africa, and it is being said that this group is from Tanzania. Tanzania is a country bordered Kenya, and I don't know, some part of it, Uganda, I don't know, I'm not sure. But what I know, it's down beneath Kenya. Tanzania is beneath Kenya. The standing president of now is called Suluhu. Samia Suluhu is a woman president, head of state. Now there's a group over there calling themselves Hazabi community. Now Hazabi community is a tribe. I don't know if there's a tribe or a community, but I know very well they are coming from Tanzania. African, it is high time we know how to differentiate between poverty and culture. Those are two words. We have to know how to differentiate between poverty and culture. Now, this community, or rather this tribe, they are from Tanzania. They call themselves Hazabe community. So Hazabe community they're protected, like they're hunter, they're gatherers. They believe, like, they don't believe in cooking or taking a shower, or rather doing what a normal human being should do. They live like animals. They believe in hunting and gathering and eating indigenous fruits and animals. Now, one thing we are supposed to know, like, there's a difference between poverty and culture. Anyone in the world would never wish to live the kind of life the Hazabe community in Tanzania are living in the name of culture. That is not culture. There's a lot of people outside here, or these people, to be precise, this Hazabe community or Hazabe tribe. Sometimes lack of information is very bad to a human being. Lack everything you can lack as a human being, but don't lack information. These people, whatever they don't have is lack of information. So if you tell me, like, a normal human being is supposed to eat a raw meat, which has not been washed in the name of their culture or in the name of my culture, I'm eating a raw meat. That is lack of information. There's nothing like culture there. That is poverty. That is poverty. So let us not base. I see a lot of tourism nowadays are going to Tanzania just to take a picture of these people. They're going to take a video, they dance, they do what. But again, that is not the point. Lately, there's a video I saw, someone giving her chaba. They're well known as Abe community people, actually. Not everyone is known, but there are two people who are well known, Dudukwe and Chaba. Now, of late, the last video I checked, there's some people who are giving Chaba money. And of course, they ended up maybe taking him to an hotel somewhere. He was given some money, and of course, you can see the video very clearly. He could take that money and put it in the pocket. What does that one tells you? The colonization of these people has already begun. The colonization of these people has already begun. They have already introduced to another way of life whereby you can pay tax. But that is not the point. The point is this: African, let us not live in a miserable life because of lack of information. Then we come and base ourselves or identify ourselves. That is a way of life in the name of culture. That is poverty. There's a difference between poverty and culture. That is not culture. Culture is something you're supposed to enjoy, and even other people are supposed to enjoy your way of culture. But you are enjoying in a way of stupidity. How can you eat a raw meat in the name of culture? But again, in Ethiopia is also a country in Africa. So Ethiopian people, they tend to eat also raw meat. But for Ethiopian people, they wash it. Then after washing it, they do it with some Ethiopian traditional spices, whereby they don't eat it raw. Even as much as it is raw, they spice it. But besides spicing it, they clean it very well. But the one for Hazabi community, it is totally different. These people are eating raw meat. Hmm? They just cutting even like it has the intestine of these animals. They just hand. They eat like that in the name of culture. Not like that. Remember, Africa is the most second largest continent in the world, which means it is well known everywhere. You know, sometimes people from US are seeing us and they're like, they just click and just pass the video. Because if they see whatever African people are doing, you're like, yo, are you even human being? There's a difference between living a life like a human being and living a life like an animal. As a community in Tanzania, these people act like animals. There's one sense which they don't have. That one sense, keep it for yourself. You know the one sense I'm talking about. Keep it for yourself. But I don't think if it is true, those people are living a life they like. They're living that kind of lifestyle because of lack of information. Lack everything in this world, but don't lack information. Information is power. You see, now people are traveling all over the world just to go to Tanzania to have a photo, pictures, and with them. Why? Because there is an information which they don't have. But perhaps they had the information. No one will go there. And trust me, their life can change drastically with immediate effect. If that information they can just get, because remember, information is power. If they can just get that information, no one will even ever travel to that place in the name of vacation or something like tourism. I know Ugandan people or Ugandan head of state, Tanzania head of state, I mean, is making a lot of revenue from these people. Reason being, they lack information. But perhaps they had the information. Trust me, those people can't live that kind of life. But again, even there is no any Tanzanian people who can come out there and tell them, you know what, whatever you are doing is not supposed to be done like this. Whatever you're doing, you're supposed to do it like this. Reason being, they know whatever they are getting from Hazabe community or Hazabe tribe. The likes of Majaku. Majaku is a Tanzanian people. I don't know if there's a comedian or just a normal or general content creator. Kuna huyu mwingine, there's another one called who? Kijana mdogo mwenye pesa mingi. He's also from Tanzania. Why don't you give these people information? Why don't you give these people information? Because whatever these people are lacking is just information, nothing much. And perhaps they could get that information, their life can just change drastically, immediately, with immediate effect. So of course, that was my today's analysis about the Hazabe community. But they're amazing people. If you read there, you'll enjoy. But you're enjoying because they don't know what they're doing. Perhaps they knew what they're doing, there could be no enjoyment. So if this is your first time to be in this video, guys, hit the button of subscription, subscribe down there, and of course you can like, you can share, you can leave a comment. so that, and also hit the bell button so that whenever I upload a new photo or a new video, a new content, you are able to reach out and maybe have a look of it. So thank you. My name is Did Analyst. Let us meet in the next video. Thank you guys. Thank you.